My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review for The Last Exorcism Part II, and I was curious about this movie for one reason and one reason alone. And it's the fact that one of the writers is Damien Chazelle, and I love Damien Chazelle. He is one of my favorite directors ever. La La Land, Whiplash, and Babylon are three of my favorite movies of all time. I really like First Man, and I also love 10 Cloverfield Lane and Grand Piano, both movies that he wrote. So I was just curious, is there any brilliance in this movie? And I gotta say, I just don't think he actually wrote anything with this movie. I just don't believe it. There's nothing about his writing style that you can see in this movie. Maybe he wrote a first draft, and I know he's credited. I don't believe it. I just don't. But anyways, this movie was doomed to fail because the first movie, spoiler alert, kinda ends in a way that I just don't imagine was satisfying to anyone. So to try to build off that ending is just a mistake by itself. Like, this movie shouldn't exist. And after watching it, I really wish it did. I kind of despised this movie. In fact, I struggle to think of any positives whatsoever. It's, yeah, I just don't know. I've seen lots of demon possession movies, and there's just nothing new that this movie offers, and it's never effective. And you're like, okay, at least movies like The Conjuring that have demon possession in them, at least there's a nice haunted house element, but you don't really get that here. It's just reliant on all these tropes that we've seen a billion times and a billion times better. It's just the most generic, bland movie that could possibly exist. It's directed by Gass-Donnelly, and I think he does a truly atrocious job. Like I said, it's just never effective. It's not well paced at all. In fact, this movie is boring as shit. It's not even so bad it's good. It's never entertaining, and I thought the performances were underwhelming as well. Ashley Bell, I guess, does the best with the material given to her, but she's given such weak material and she can't elevate it. And then you've got Julia Garner, who I thought was pretty good in Ozark, and she just doesn't stand out at all here. She just feels like a generic side character. So I don't really know what else to say about this movie. Like, I didn't like the first movie, but I appreciate its attempt to do something different. And this movie is just as safe, as boring, as generic as it gets. Yeah, when I say I despised it, I truly mean it. Like, this is a movie I will never watch again, I will never think about again, and it just shouldn't exist. I'm giving The Last Exorcism Part II a 0 out of 10. Damien Chazelle just did not like it. He just didn't. I do not believe it. But The Last Exorcism Part II. Have you seen it? Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin